up, guys? So, yes, I'm driving and recording a video. Again, don't judge me. I want to do a video just on some tips, things I wish I knew before joining SFAS. Joining and going to SFAS. I was talking to a buddy, and he actually gave me these ideas, which I definitely agree with. Some things he thought. So I'm just gonna start out here with one of the most important things I wish I would have known how to do better, and honestly something I didn't really learn well until later on in Ranger School, was how to pack a ruck. Now, they will give you classes, especially as an 18 X-ray. You'll get classes, good classes in SOP-C. You might get some classes in OSUT, and you'll get some classes in SFAS, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gave us some classes in SFAS before the second week. But it's still a little, it feels a little last minute, and whenever you get classes, you're tired, you're hungry. It's just not the most optimal learning environment. So the earlier you can kind of get your hands on and practice some things, the better, in my opinion. And that's why you're on here watching these videos, is because you're trying to prepare and get a step up on your competition. Now there's some videos out there. I was actually having a hard time finding a good video, so maybe I can do a ruck packing video, I suppose. I know there's some. I found a couple and they just had bad sound. I honestly didn't even finish watching them because they just seemed kind of low quality. Not that my videos are very good quality, but I like to be able to hear what people are saying when they're trying to instruct you. And I did find a video, which I think I'll link below, that was pretty good on just how to wear a ruck. But it was kind of 7 minutes of some pretty just basic ruck stuff. Basic concept, you want to pack your heavy stuff high. So your lighter and less essential items will go in the bottom, and your heavier and more essential items will go on towards the top, and then the stuff that you just need to have is going to be on the very top. I like to put my wet weather bag and maybe a trash bag in my ruck, so that way everything's waterproofed. Waterproofing is actually a really big thing. So anyways, maybe I'll do a video on that. But do some research. I'm sure there's some good videos out there. I didn't spend very much time looking for them. So, yeah. First thing, packing a ruck. Learn how to pack a ruck in OSUT. Practice packing it well. Just get good at packing a tight, well-balanced ruck that has what you need where you need it. Alright, so the next thing is to always listen to the Cadre. This is something that I noticed but didn't experience as much since I didn't go through team week. But my buddy was talking about how the Cadre talk quietly. Like I said before, it's a professional, very professional kind of gentleman's course. So you'll have Cadre that are either just giving information to the class leader, or they're just talking, and it's your job to listen and figure things out. So just really pay attention to the Cadre. Sometimes if they're talking quietly and you're far away, just get close and hear their instructions for yourself. That's the advice he gave. The next thing is foot care. So foot care is really really important. Part of that is buying good boots for your feet. There's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on boots. I don't know. I love the Garmonts. The Garmont NSFs, and then the just the regular Garmonts. Those two boots, I've used them for everything, and they've worked really well for me. But some guys swear by Rockies. Some guys hate Rockies because they're too heavy. There's a lot of options. I think it's important. Everybody's got different feet. You just kind of got to play around with that yourself and figure out what works for you. But the actual foot care portion, I don't have as good advice, just because for some reason my feet don't blister. I have had them blister one time, and it was during 3 days of cold rains, and it rained the entire time, so my feet are just soaked constantly. Every time I change socks, we'd go walk through water or it'd be raining, and so I never had dry feet. There's guys getting trench foot. It was awful, and my feet blistered. Other than that, I don't know. It's my own personal superpower. It's awesome. I don't get blisters on my feet. I wish there's something else that I was better at than just that. But I may not be the fastest rucker, but my feet will be all right at the end of it. So to be honest, that being said, I don't necessarily take the best care of my feet as I should. But that is incredibly important, because when you go long enough, you will get some sort of blistering on your feet to an extent, no matter how tough your feet are. My feet just don't do it very badly. So, the best thing I know, alcohol swabs are really good. They dry out the blisters. I know everybody seems to use moleskin. They'll cut a hole in the middle of the moleskin and put it on top of the blister just to kind of decrease the friction around the blister. Some people just put the moleskin over top of the whole thing. I don't know that I have. Like I said, I prefer not to give advice that I haven't tried myself. So yeah, that's one of the things. You got to figure out your feet, how bad they blister, what kind of boots are good for you. Fox Rivers are great socks that I've used. I've heard some amazing things about Darn Toughs. I just haven't ever broken down and bought them because they're so freaking expensive. But the socks, the quality of the socks and the boots you wear are going to be huge. Breaking your boots in, so wearing them for a while before. Usually you need at least a week or two to break in your boots enough to really ruck much. But if you're doing a big ruck, I would wear your shoes for longer than 2 weeks before going to SFAS. You really need them broken a good month at least. But it's those two things help prevent blisters. But yeah, it's one of those things you kind of got to figure out for yourself, what kind of shoes you like, what works for your feet, where you get blisters, how bad you get blisters, and then the blister care. I keep hearing it's bad to pop them, but I don't know. The one time I did get a lot of blisters, I popped them just because I couldn't. It was too painful. I wasn't going to be able to go on the run the next day if I hadn't have popped them. So I don't know. You do you. So finally, the last piece of advice I have for you for SFAS, besides, be a sponge, listen, but be a team player. So when you have instructions, be a sponge, listen to what they have to teach you, but really be a team player when it comes to your people around you. There are going to be guys that you don't probably have a lot of respect for. Just because they seem like dirtbags or whatever. But honestly, you never know who's going to make it. And you don't know who you're going to need help from. So just be respectful, be courteous, have a good attitude, and you'll find yourself being able to work through things better. And people notice that. People notice your temperament. They notice your attitude. Although I will say there was there's a time to be aggressive, to be in charge. You just have to have the right attitude about it too. So, wow, 10-minute long video. This is the longest I've had yet. But thanks for bearing with me, guys. Those are my tips for SFAS.